This is a quick episode just to go over some of the research on food intake in autism, just to give you an idea of what the research out there is saying. So I looked at I think I cite 6 or 7 studies in my book where the researchers looked at autistic children's nutritional intake by surveying their parents. So they did some surveys, then they looked at what nutrients those foods had, right? So the most commonly reported nutrients found to be insufficient in the diets of autistic children are vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, calcium, and iron. Now, if you listened to my previous episode about the 5 core nutritional supplements you need to give to your child on a daily basis to support them, you'll see that calcium and magnesium is one of them. So you can see that this recommendation is based on science to an extent. And then cod liver oil, which is not only rich in omega-3 fatty acids, it's also rich in vitamin A and vitamin D and natural sources of those vitamins also, which is important. So other nutrients found to be insufficient in at least one of the studies that I read include zinc, magnesium, selenium, choline, vitamin B2, B3, B5, B6, B7, folate, and B12. Also vitamin E and vitamin K were found to be insufficient in at least one of the studies that I read. So you can see a whole range of the vitamins and quite a number of the most common and some of the most important minerals. From 2010, it reported that some of the autistic children who took part had inadequate intake of several nutrients, so vitamin A, vitamin C, and zinc, and the most common to be inadequate were vitamin D, vitamin E, and calcium. However, here's the important part. 83% of the children had 3 or more nutrient inadequacies. So none of the children in that whole study had 0 nutrient inadequacies. Every single one of those children had at least one vitamin or mineral inadequacy in their diet. And again, 83% had at least 3 or more inadequacies. What does that tell us? It's super important to support your child nutritionally and try to improve the diet and gut function as soon as you can. Obviously, the diet, we know why you want to improve it, but the gut function aspect can be overlooked. And of course, if the gut is not in a good state, if there's food sensitivities, immune reactivity, bacterial or yeast overgrowths, then the food, even if you give your child a perfect diet, there's a chance that they won't get all that nutrition assimilated into their body. So you want to improve the diet as much as you can, improve gut function as much as you can. We'll talk about that a lot in future episodes, and support your child nutritionally on a daily basis. So if you look at the episode on the 5 core daily supplements, I talk about multivitamins and minerals, additional calcium and magnesium, omega-3 fatty acids, digestive enzymes to help with obviously digestion and assimilation of the food, and omega-3 fatty acids in the form of either cod liver oil or fish oil. So these are the basics, but of course we'll talk about many other nutrients where you can use more advanced testing and you can work with your practitioner to see which of those other nutrients should make up a part of your children's nutritional program. Now, at some point on my website, I will have a video of how to use an app called Chronometer to track your child's diet and do some rudimentary analysis of the nutritional intake. Now, this very basic, you just basically track your child's food for 3 to 7 days, typical days. You enter it into the app and you can look at every day which nutrients are you hitting the targets for with the food your child eats and which are not getting hit. And then you can kind of see patterns of inadequacy. So for example, if the diet is very low in meat, you might see that zinc is low in the diet. This is actually a fairly common example. So this can really help you inform not just your child's nutritional program, but how to augment the diet to address any inadequacies. So that's a quick little episode just to look at the research on food intake in autism. I hope you found this useful, And if you have any questions or any comments, please do get in touch with me. My contact details are on my website. And I hope to see you on the next episode.